Well, and everybody
Name on there. Yeah. Show must fall. Thank you all.
I've already represented additional. Good look, you know.
Move on to item C. Review and take action on Westland Ranch Section 6A preliminary plat. For change, it should be LJA Planning and Design LLC, not Meta. I hear motion. Motion. I have a second. Second. Discussion. This is a preliminary drawing.
Yes.
As we move forward on these, down there in the south area of our district, pay attention to our easements that we're going to be working in, keep our distance, keep the obstructions out of it. There's a push to have a lot of these amenities in certain areas.
Yes, sir.
And it's prudent to keep them out of our working area. Don't be mowing around, picnic tables and things like that. That's my only suggestion, and that'll come up on the final. We got a motion second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Show it to be unanimous. Item D, review and take action on Westland Ranch 6B preliminary plat, LJA Planning and Landscape Architecture. Do I hear a motion? Motion to approve. Second. Second. Discussion. Same comment. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Item E, review and take action on Westland Ranch Section 8 preliminary plat, LJA Planning and Landscape Architecture. Do I hear a motion? Motion. Second. Got a motion second. Discussion. Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Show it to be unanimous. Item F, review and take action on Westland Ranch Section 9 preliminary plat, LJA Planning and Landscape Architecture. Do I hear a motion? Motion. Got a motion?
Second.
Got a motion second. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Show it to be unanimous. Item G, review and take action on Friendswood Scoop Shop Regional Detention Request. This development would like to purchase 0.12 acre feet of stormwater detention. Shellmark Engineering, do I hear motion?
Motion discuss.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Go ahead.
We were talking before this with Scott. So this is going back to the downtown, for the people to know the downtown district's ability to mitigate water. And you correct me, Scott, if I'm wrong on this. So that's what this is for the offsite, because we're sensitive on this board about offsite detention and how we grant that. I think we have a track record of that. So I just wanted to make sure that people understand this is for offsite detention for a project that's in the downtown district.
Yeah, right. And the city did the improvements on 518 to prevent the flow.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate. My comment is this is right adjacent to the big pipes we ran there they go down by Quaker's Landing.
Mm-hmm.
This is the old line house that was moved there. And I'm curious, with those big 5-inch pipes that are, or 5-foot pipes that are there underneath Quakers, is it necessary for this? Did we take the calculation into removing the water into that additional flow. You follow what I'm asking?
Yes, sir.
All right. You've answered my question. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed, so be unanimous. Item H, review and take action on Galveston County Consolidated Drainage District's 2024 design criteria manual updates. Daniel Scott Engineering. Got any comments?
No comments. Appreciate everybody that reviewed it, the city, the board members, especially Ms. Teresa, getting it lined out, WJ, our other consultant engineer as well.
And Hill too, he was here.
Those right here.
Right here.
There you are. Thank you for expeditiously taking care of this, and thank you for the board's comments.
We're very aligned with the city now. We were closely aligned before, but they've changed a few things after our last iteration of the manual, so we need to come along with it.
I noticed the back and forth on them, so good. We got to take care of. Thank you for your help. And Samantha, you had a little bit to do with it too, so thank you. Seeing no other comments, all those in favor?
Move on to motion.
Motion to
Oh,
approve.
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Item I, review and take action on a proposed fee schedule for engineering services for Daniel Scott Engineering. I'll make the motion to approve. Got a motion and a second. This goes back to when we hired them for their services in a discussion we had then. And I think it's appropriate to align ourselves with the fees. So I don't have any other comments.
This goes back to 2020 from what I read, Scott, from me. About before, so it was, you reduced your fees
Right.
to take.
Accommodate the board's,
Yeah, and that's good to prove yourself to the district and the job you've done, which since I've been here, you've done good. So I'm in agreement with Kevin on that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed. Here's one I hope you guys paid attention to. There was a lot of back and forth on this. Item J, review and take action on an interlocal agreement between Galveston County Consolidated Drainage District and the city of Friendswood for the Deepwood Flood Control Project. All right, motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Got the motion? Comments?
This is for the Deepwood project, for y'all, the confluence of Howard's Creek, Clear Creek, down there by the old dog, park in the town down there. So if y'all going back there, I used to actually live across the creek from that for 25 years. There was a bunch of houses back there, that had been torn down. Fortunately, where the fire was, where the foreman, chief, had a heart attack after fighting that one fire, but, I believe there's 3 more houses back there. I think the city's offered on 2 of them, maybe all 3 of them, I think. One's resided in, but if y'all go back there, we're getting after it. It's looking good. It's a little muddy the other day, but that's where it's at. If people want to drive down that road on Deepwood, check it out. It's to the left.
Any other discussion? You had the second?
No, I agree with what you said.
Yeah, I have a hard time bringing it up to read what the final resolution was, the city paying for the project. How did that work out?
The statement in there as funds are available.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Hill.
And I will add also, this was previously approved by the city council, a different iteration. But it has been changed pretty significantly since then. So this will be going back to the city council for reapproval. So, but this is the form that we've all been able to come together. And the keyword being that it'll be dependent upon what the city has the capacity of doing. We do have that goal in mind. We've got some other things that we've been obligated to finish up, but this is going to be one of our go-to projects as the opportunity presents.
Paige, you've been in contact with the city's attorney, correct, on this stuff?
That's right.
Revising and kicking out certain language you thought was unnecessary to hone this in, what Hill's talking about they're going to take up. That's correct?
Their attorney has let me know that it's on the agenda for March.
If I could summarize what I think the interlocal agreement says is there's 31, 36 lots. Basically, the district owns half of them, city owns the other half, plus their utility laydown area. All that's gonna be combined, and the city's gonna take over the management and pay for that project
Yes, that's
at
correct.
some point in time.
At some point in time, yes. At this time, we are still working on closing out a grant project on the other side of the street. We're trying to get that wrapped up as quick as possible. We just got a environmental assessment back on that. And we're crossing our fingers that we'll be able to do that project this year. And as soon as that is wrapped up, we're gonna roll up that one right into whatever we do here with that project.
As we currently have it envisioned, and give me a guess, how many acre feet of detention are we gonna have?
I couldn't say,
Just guess.
just guess, 12.
Similar.
Well, it'll be much more. It'll be a couple hundred feet.
Okay, I thought it was almost equivalent to Whitaker. It might be a little bit less, but it's significant.
It'll be significant, yes. Especially for that area. We've got some other things that are going on in that area. We've got the Whitcomb project that's fixed to kick off. We've just wrapped up the Brentford, the fourth bin detention basin project. So there's a lot going on in that area. It's just this is just going to add to all the benefits that we're going to see in this area around F528.
This has taken some years, goes back to Harvey and FEMA and out the property there where our maintenance equipment is. And so I think it's taken a while, but it's a good thing going forward. And I look forward to you guys having the funds available because we've done pretty much all we can do at this point. All those in favor? All those opposed? Should be unanimous. Okay, review and take action on Westland Ranch Section 2, LJA, final plat LJA engineering. Do I hear a motion?
Motion to approve.
Do I have a second? Second. Got a motion, a second discussion.
Yes. I asked Scott before the meeting started, the city of League City has approved or done whatever they're gonna do to issue a letter of non-objection.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
And I also talked to you, but I'm not sure I understand how the water get out of here.
So it is, it's tied together in their internal drainage and you have box ditch coming down through here. There's also detention basins in between, Muldoon, Parkway. And then just south of here, they have some detention pond expansions, going on. So their entire system provides capacity for all their sections as they come south.
to not
Yeah.
increase the flow.
Correct. They have internal, storm drains that they're gonna tie into here that's gonna convey it to those, tributaries or potentially out in the right of way.
So they're using the streets as conveyance.
Underground storm, extreme events,
Okay.
definitely.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Second.
I said,
No,
Yeah, I mean, basically the same thing they're gonna do in these sections coming up. It's gonna be the same type of design that we've been looking at. That's
Yeah.
coming up on all these preliminary ones.
Yes, sir.
could I suggest that we make a caveat to the motion in the second, that we don't move forward with it until we get the loan?
Yes, sir.
We don't have it for Lake City?
I've got a letter.
Yeah, we've got the.
I thought we had it.
Here's a letter from Chris Carpenter
That's the one.
saying that
They
they
approved it
can
and
look at
everything.
it.
We got the loan.
Okay, check.
For good shape. That seems to be pretty much a regular event these days
And guess I'll touch on that later.
in your comments. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Item L, review and take action on Kate Freeze and Associates Engineering Professional Services Agreement. I'll make the motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion, a second. Samantha, thank you very much for paying attention to our request and for addressing our comments on the fees.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I look forward to working with you.
Any further, you got any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Is there anything on the consent agenda anybody would like to remove? Seeing none, all those in favor? So I'll move to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Joseph,
Well, with the recent rain and stuff, it's coming in slow, but now we're back up and working on all the projects on the number 3 detention pond at 2 Queens. Pretty much dug out there. They're prepping it, putting in the backflow drains and stuff into the pond, and they'll be doing some concrete work for the outfall and for the overflow. And then they'll move to the one right next to Capsule Wood. Start that one. Over at Mary's Creek, years ago, back in 2010, 2010, you could see where we dug out an inline detention in that area. Well, at that time, the district ran out of money, so now we're finishing up that inline section that's right along 2351. And all of that is a real nice improvement for where we've been working on Mary's Creek. And so we'll be getting that grass seeded before too long. They probably have another month and a half there to work. Then up on Baker Road, we had where Baker Road detention pond, the outfall falls into Carrs Creek. We had a section of the bank that fell there. And so we got a crew over there rebuilding that bank as well to protect that outflow on that detention pond. Mowing crew, with the little bit of warm weather we had, in Texas, we wait 10 minutes, the weather gonna change. So, but with the warmer weather that we recently had, grass is starting to grow. So they're picking up on mowing and stuff in quite a few areas. And I think that's all I have, unless y'all have any questions.
I got a question. Actually, kudos up there by Boca Raton, Mission Estates,
Mhm.
the email. Want to thank you and Jim for driving around, but thank Joe for finding the obstructions once again in the culverts and getting that cleaned out. Go ahead and explain.
And Eagle Lakes, they have the big pond that's down there at the end that outfalls into Chigger Creek. And then up here on the power line right away, which is directly behind us, there's another overflow, or there's another pond there with outfalls there that holds water that's supposed to be an amenity. And about a year ago, they had a contractor come in because they had a lot of aquatic vegetation growing. And so they need to get it cleaned up. Well, what they did, they brought like a slope mower in and mowed it. And it all went in the water. And the first time we had a rain event, it just floated up and plugged the 3 pipe. And so it caused the water to back up. And we recently had a person email in saying, man, we call that Eagle Ditch or North Eagle. That, man, it seemed like we got 2 inches of rain and it came up real quick and it's not going down. So this past Friday, we went out looking, and at that outfall at Eagle Lakes, there was a piece of plywood and tree debris that had 2 of the pipe plugged up. So that was the reason the water was backing up. But that's been taken care of now.
Kudos.
Kudos to Joe.
And Joseph and you. And next time you take them out there, leave them. He said he was so turned around, he didn't know what was north and what was south.
For all the good I did, you might as well. Windshield looking didn't cut it.
Any questions for Joseph? Kathy, you're next. How's the audit going?
It's going good. We're supposedly going to be on the agenda next meeting for a presentation.
Okay.
And I think I'm through with them. And Friday is the last day for applications for elections made.
Any questions for Kathy? Scott, you've got the floor.
All right, got several reviews coming in, a lot of attachment 4 forms, show people doing some expansions for pool work, stuff like that, and we've been reviewing that. The city of League City is having a development services strategic plan workshop. There's three opportunities for that. They've asked that the district be represented, so Joseph and I are going to attend that on the 22nd from 9 to 11. We look forward to working with them and getting on the same page, right? But we want to work together ultimately, make sure everything's right in the district.
February 22nd, what time?
That's from 9 to 11.
So that's the date out of the 3 you guys decided would work.
Yes, sir.
See you there. If anybody else is going to attend, we may need to post it. But
We might need to.
It'd be great.
let Joseph know if you plan to attend and we'll post it.
Is this at Lake City?
Yeah, it's where they sent out the flyer for 3.
Yeah. Here's the one.
I'm on the committee that drafted it, so I'll be there. Joseph and Scott will be there.
Y'all know.
I'll post it.
Post
I'll
it
have it posted.
9 to 11 at Ralpho.
Civic Center, 400 West Walker Street, League City, Texas. 7757.
Conference,
And what was the date?
February 22nd. Scott, you want to go on a little more? The Lono, you were going to say something about it? I think we've conditioned League City to make sure we get those things. I remember when we first started going down there.
Yeah.
With our plats and approvals.
Yeah, and not
We're like, why do
really.
we need to do a Lono for you guys? Well, I think we've got them conditioned and
We've got that.
I think Matt's back there.
Yeah.
You can
Well, the key is that we're not approving something that the city hadn't seen, right? That's what our attention is. And
Right.
it's not the whole development, right? It's that, hopefully they're tracking, along with their submittal at the same time with the city and the drainage district. So that way they can address our comments at the same time and move forward. But that Lono was implemented, years ago by the board and by the city of Friendswood. So that way it didn't get out of, cart didn't get put before the horse, right?
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Any questions for Scott? Robert, City Council?
I don't have anything. I look forward to seeing what's in the interlocal agreement for the Deepwood project, so we'll be getting that in March.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Just wanted to share 2 things with you. The first thing is the construction of the Friendswood Regional Stormwater Detention Basin, the partnership project that we have with you guys with Harris County Flood Control District and with Galveston County at the intersection of Dixie Farm Road and Clear Creek. The Harris County Commissioners Court has approved a construction contract for a rough grading project. We still have a ways to go on the design of the ultimate project. There's some issues that they need to work through, but the rough grading project is a project that has been designed to help ensure that the Galveston County portion of the proceeds are getting spent in the allotted time, since it's ARPA funds, and there's an expiration date on that. So they did send out a construction advisory yesterday, the Flood Control District did. And we're looking at approximately 275 acre feet as part of this project. Ultimately, when the major project is complete, we're going to be looking at closer to 750 acre feet. But this will kick it off. And they're looking at getting that started here within the next couple of weeks. Other thing I want to share with you guys is, this will be coming before you guys at some point here over the next couple of years also. But last week, the Texas Water Development Board allowed or authorized a study to be done on Clear Creek and Dickinson Bayou. This is to utilize the models that Harris County has been using, the MapNext models. Harris County has been using that to update their flood maps. And the thing about it is when they did their models, they had a model all of Clear Creek. And then they went and refined what was in Harris County. Well, the base model's already there, the work's already done, halfway done. And so the Water Development Board has decided to take up that mantle to complete that model on the Galveston County side and in also in Brazoria County. And I believe that they're going to do everything from 45 up. So we'll definitely be included in that. The end goal for that is going to be updated FEMA maps for Galveston County. But that's several years away. It's a pretty lengthy process with FEMA. We'll have a pretty good idea here probably within the next 2 years of what that model is going to look like once they had an opportunity to refine everything in the on the Galveston County side. But like I said, it is a process. They'll be having a roadshow. The consultants will. They'll be engaging any interested stakeholders, and there'll be some public meetings also to receive input into what's being done with that model and how it's going to look. But we're a couple of years away from the end result of that, but because it's a good first step to see them authorize that work last week.
It's in March, right?
Sorry?
Comment period in March is what Tommy said.
This is, you're talking about Tommy Joe? This is separate from what they're doing. So this will be a separate comment period. Those dates have not been established yet.
So what's the master drainage plan going to be?
The master drainage plan, we're still waiting on FEMA to hear back from their approval. We did submit a request for information a couple weeks ago. So they're working on it and
Have any idea when you're looking at, maybe thinking?
they haven't told us anything different from what they told us originally, which was would be in the spring. So if we hear anything different, we'll share with you guys.
And it is going all the way to our district boundaries, including the League City.
It will, yes.
Hilda, is FEMA gonna pay for that? The point is, the question I have is, can we release the hold on the $400,000 that we committed to that study?
How so? What do you?
Our portion of it is
Our
what he's
portion
asking.
was, we agreed to pay $400,000 on that.
Correct.
Since that point in time, FEMA's coming into it, or somebody else with money. So can we release the hold that we have on that $400,000?
I think that's probably a discussion that we would need to follow up on and do some due diligence on that.
Keep it basically.
Okay.
That's what we're saying. Can we keep our money? It's coming in.
Well, that would be involve a
The interlocal.
to amend the interlocal agreement that we had on that. So
Can I put words in your mouth? Can I put words in your mouth? It's premature. It's premature for that request right now because when you get federal agencies involved, it not only takes longer and costs more money. So you have our commitment on that agreement. If we get to the point where we can have our $400,000 back, we would like it. but we'd also like that study completed.
Yes.
And correct me if I'm wrong, they got 45 days to respond. The clock's ticking. No, Heather?
I don't have that,
That
information.
information.
I will say, one thing for you guys to, take into consideration. The city's portion is being paid for by, bonds and it, by using that, that's going to limit us to what we can do to just within the city limits. So
Why we stepped
this is
up.
why you guys,
But this is one of those things, now we've got people wrapping their arms around us because they're going to give us money, telling us what we want to do. Do not deter from our mission. It's a group effort between the city and the district for the entirety of the district. You guys are paying for the city part. It just goes back to our agreement. Fully intend to benefit our community and the district.
we can have some follow-up, discussion on this.
I think the 45 days on that.
I apologize for the question, but I'm not gonna lose side before it's out.
We're not talking about getting all the 400,000, because if ours is proportionately reduced, we would like y'all to be proportionately reduced. So
Okay.
that we were all equal.
I think what we want to do is within the language too, maybe the attorney can we look at the same thing, but maybe when this gets redefined and with y'all's money you're getting. Right, we might want to revisit the portion or how much we contribute based on, I think that's what we're getting to. We might want to have further discussion on that.
Okay. We'll follow up with you guys and, set something up for you.
And we set a deadline too, remember? Set it for December of last year, and then we pushed it to March because we had to comply with the other people that were giving us the money, which leads back to my statement. We involve other people. They tend to tell us how long they're gonna be to respond, so. What if we simply had a deadline in June this year? Heather, can you write that down? Thank you. Put that on our to-do list to get it done by June. You don't get it if you don't ask. Okay?
Well,
And I'm not
back
trying
by, upper management and city attorney,
That'd be
be
great.
back in touch.
That'd be great. I don't mind helping either. P and Z, we got any questions?
Only thing to note would be Georgetown is still messing around with changing their master plan for the empty time, which would concern you guys as well, I'm sure.
Oh, it does.
And then, so I think we keep kicking them back. Seeing the new iteration yet. And then also, we have a new commissioner. We had one step down and no one appointed. And I haven't met him yet. I know his name is Willie, but that's all I know.
And you guys are done with the Whitcomb. It's through you now, right?
The preliminary master plan, yeah.
Okay. Looking forward to that.
I forgot.
City of League City. Hey, Matt.
So.
How y'all doing today?
I'd appreciate it.
And just an update on the Western Ranch development. There's a lot of work going on out there. I imagine I'll be accepting the lift station for that development any day now. We had a startup and inspection of that last week that went fairly well. They had a laundry list of items to correct on. And then there's various sections out there under construction. You got sections 8 and 9 on the north portion of the development. Also, when you look at the southern portion of the development, we got Lakes of Western Ranch Section 1, 6A and 6B. We've had pre-construction meetings for that stuff, so you'll start seeing some progress on that end. And then, of course, the roadway expansion. Muldoon Parkway is going to be extended to the property boundary. And Magnolia Bayou is the north-south collector that'll be extended to 517. You'll also see some movement now on the League City Parkway portion of the legacy development. The first course of action they're taking is to install that 2 lanes that's mentioned in front of Magnolia Creek golf course in that vicinity. Once they get those 2 lanes in, then they'll be looking at completing the connection to Friendswood. But I think that's pretty much all I got, unless y'all got questions for me.
I don't think it's in your jurisdiction, that temporary pond there. It's right across that Tannenbaum did. So once you get the 2 lanes in front of Westover done,
Okay.
they're gonna remove that detention pond and put in a permanent one when they do the,
Big City Parkway extension,
yeah.
connecting the Friendswood Lakes Boulevard.
I remember when they discussed that, when they were talking about the road. Yeah, it's temporary.
That's the legacy development.
Right. I'm just looking forward to it being permanent and working. A lot of trees being down over there. Okay. Any questions for Matt? Matt, thank you for attending our meeting.
No problem.
Regional floodplain correspondence and League City aficionado, I guess. Thanks to Mayor Nick Long. Go ahead, Katie.
Good morning. First of all, I'd like to thank each of you for what you do regarding protecting the citizens of Friendswood. Everything you do benefits those of us downstream, and that does not go unnoticed. So I personally thank all of you for all your hard work and support. The San Jacinto Region Flood Planning Committee met last week. Texas Development Water Board always makes a presentation at the meeting and stated that our region was the first one to submit the report. And what will happen is the Texas Development Water Board has to submit a state plan to the legislature by September 1st, 2024. So it will. We're hoping. So this is a culmination of the last 5 years of work gathering data, doing the analysis, and putting forward the projects. So the planning group is now looking at possibly selecting a new technical contractor for the next portion, which would be the next 5 years. So there will be a lot of administrative activities happening, but hopefully as the Texas Development Water Board refines and communicates the criteria and the process they will be using for including projects in the state plan, as that's discussed, I'll bring that information forward to you. This morning at 11 o'clock, we're going to have a joint meeting between the Clear Creek Watershed Steering Committee and the Dickinson Watershed Steering Committee.
Virtual.
And hybrid, it would be hybrid. So if you want to go to the Civic Center and sit with Robert, you can do that. Or if you want to remote and wave to me on camera, we can do that. So we're trying to accommodate the maximum flexibility. And we are really meeting one of the goals that we've talked about over the past several years, and that is to establish a reputation in the area such that if there is any group that has an interest in what we do, to let me know or let Robert know so we can add you to the distribution list. But go further than that. If there is a group who feels that they're working on a project that would be of interest to our group, to reach out to us and we'll discuss it. And then if it's appropriate, we'll include it on the agenda. So to that end, the central region of the GLO River Basin Study reached out to me, and they wanted to present to our group. And I was familiar with them because they have presented to the San Jacinto Region 6 flood planning group. So they will be presenting this morning. So we'll have our regular reports as well as that special presentation. They will be participating remotely. Hopefully, those of you who accommodated on your schedule, you'll join us. And then if you have any questions later, let me know. GCCDD is having their meeting tomorrow, Gulf Coast Protection District. This is their every 3 months they're on the road. This is on their road meeting. They'll be in Port Arthur, I believe. I will send you the link later to the meeting. What we're getting in the last couple of meetings, because we have the challenge at the federal level for funding, we're getting a lot of reports from GLO on what they're doing to put all the paperwork and the agreements in place with the district when we do get our money. And then there's good reporting on the Orange and Jefferson County project.
What time is that meeting?
10 o'clock tomorrow, and I will send you the link a little bit later.
I may be able to do that on my phone.
Okay, well, if you have connection problems, chat with me.
Thank
I'd
you.
love to chat
Appreciate you doing
during
that
the
too.
meetings. Okay, and Thursday morning, we will have the IMAC meeting. That's the International Maritime Advisory Committee meeting. That's a BAHEB meeting that is chaired by former Senator Larry Taylor. And as I mentioned previously, we are pivoting a little bit in the meetings. We're talking more about maritime type activities, but we still have a portion that is associated with our Texas coastal study. That concludes my report.
Any questions? Thank you.
You're welcome.
Board of Directors report, Lonnie, Rusty, Jim,
I have a report.
Teresa.
I first wanted to recognize and congratulate Joseph Anderson again on an excellent presentation that he made at the Friendswood Rotary meeting on January 31st. It was a great opportunity for him to present information on a lot of our projects that are underway and also to showcase our website that is a tremendous source of information. One of the features on the website that I think is particularly cool is the ArcGIS project dashboard, where you can click on the map, you can see the location of the project, and some key facts about the project will pop up on the screen. So it's a really neat feature. I'd also like to say that it's been an honor and a privilege to serve our community as a member of the GCCDD board. Since I was appointed lawfully in April of 2023 to serve out the remainder of Director Harris's term, I've worked really hard to come up to speed so that I can use my engineering background and add value as a member of this board. One example would be the detailed reviews that I've done on our drainage criteria manual. I have filed my application to be on the ballot, and I hope to be able to continue serving with this really productive and dedicated team of directors and district staff. So thank you.
Thank you, Teresa. 1959 project over there, Dixie Farm Road, February 19th is the day we're finally going to get to dig over there on the reduced project. And Harris County Flood Control, the federal program about Clear Creek. Nobody's probably heard about it, but there's going to be comments out for in March, and then they will visit us and tell us about it. Long awaited, probably the last time this was done with the Corps was, as people referred to back in the 60s. A lot's changed with the opportunity of acquisitions of land and pieces of property that have come online with all the districts adjacent to that. So that's the good news. Do we have anything to go into executive session?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Going to go into executive session. We'll call the meeting to order in executive session. The board of directors will convene in a closed meeting pursuant to Texas Government Code Section 551.072, discussion regarding real property. And we have some documents to sign in there. Or please sign the plans.